Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia. In this video I'm going to show you guys this really simple long skirt. So this is pretty much a granny stitch that we're going to be using for this. I have done one on the channel already that is a shorter one, so if you're following that, honestly you just have to continue working it until you have a longer length. But if you're seeing this and it's the first time you're seeing one in the channel, then I'm just gonna quickly show you how to do it. So this is what we're gonna be working on. It goes all the way to my ankle, so start from here. This is the waistband right here, and then it goes all the way to the bottom of my feet pretty much. Okay, so I just want to quickly talk about the products that I'm using. So I have already obviously completed this here, and if you guys remember on the channel, I had done this virus shawl, okay, a while back. I will try to see if I can put the link in the description section below. But this is a shawl that I did probably 3-4 years ago, and I'm starting to frog some of my work to just do different projects because yarn is a little bit expensive, and I'm not selling on any of the projects that I'm doing. So I'm probably gonna start to go through a phase where I am undoing old projects, frogging old projects to be able to do new projects. Okay, so as you can see, this is pretty much I think 2 of these are they're like big cakes like this. I'll try to see if I can put a picture of it somewhere here. So this is 2 total, so this is obviously 1 3/4 with just an exception of this much left. So this is what I did, was frog this to be able to make this. Okay, so but for this tutorial I'm gonna show you guys I will talk about a little bit of the information about this yarn in the description box, because I don't have the package anymore because I frogged old projects. Okay, so but to quickly show you guys just how to do it, I'm gonna use this color here. Okay, I'm going to be doing this for another project, but I figured I'm just gonna show you guys how to do it with this, and then because it's not gonna make too much of a difference in terms of how you do it, whether it's a different yarn or that or whatever the case is. Okay, so just to bring other things here, so you will need your darning needle. I use 2 crochet hooks for this guy here. For this you have a scissors as well. There's a tape measure somewhere that I cannot find, but for this, for example, okay, so for this the long skirt here, what I did was I used the 4.25 hook to do the band, and as you can see, the band is it's a little bit snatched in like this. And then for the rest of the project I did use a 5. I'm not actually exactly sure why I did that, but I would like to just make it so that you guys are doing the same thing. Okay, so I have my 4.25 hook here, which is HG6 US, and then I have my 5mm crochet hook here, which is H8 US. Okay, so I have also already done my band. So for those of you who follow me, the band I do it exactly the same. I start by doing a chain of 11. I skip that first stitch to work into the second from the hook, and I do my single crochets in the back loop. I start by going in the back of the chain, and then from that point on I go in the back loop, and then I just do my band until I'm able to get these here, the stretchiness of it, as long as the stretchiness of it can come up my hips. Okay, so you have to measure the wideness of your hips, and then you work your band until when you stretch it, you can actually pull it up the widest part of your hips. That way it makes it easy for you to be able to pull up your skirt. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys from here what I did. Okay, so all we have to do now, because I left the hanging yarn here, is we're just going to go ahead and sew the two sides of the band together so that we have one complete round, and then we can start our stitches. Okay, so again, I just go here and I go through both loops on this side to join it, and I go through that twice, okay, just to make it strong. And then for the remaining 9 stitches, what I do is I grab one loop, whether it can be the outside or the inside, but as long as you do the opposite on the other side. So let's say I take the one inside here, and then I have to make sure I take the one that is on the outside on the opposite side. Okay, so just like this, and then I grab the inside here, the inside loop. I don't know if you can see it, the inside loop, and then the outside on the opposite side. And then I just do this all until I get to the end, and that's pretty much joining your band here. If you do your joining differently, please go ahead and do it like that. This is just a way that I do it. There's probably at least 100 other ways people can do it. So if you do it differently, just join your work the way you find it comfortable. And as you can see, I have one stitch here and one stitch on the other side. So I just go through both loops on this side here and both loops on the opposite side, just like we did at the beginning of the project. And then I do that one more, but this time I just bring my yarn around the tip of the hook, like or the tip of the darning needle, and then I pull, and that simulates a slip stitch. Okay, and then when it's done, this is how it looks like. Okay, all right, so I have already done my band with this, so now I don't need the 4.25 anymore. So from here on, I just use my 5mm crochet hook. So I pick up where I left off in terms of my working yarn, just like that. I hope this kind of tutorial is okay with you guys, because I often start everything from beginning, just like I'm teaching a brand new a person from scratch. But I have so many videos where I have done these kind of projects that I just, you know, if you don't know how to do the bend, just go grab any of the, even just the last video I posted, which is the Valentine's Day, the skirt part of it. If you just grab that, you will exactly understand how to do the bend. And then from there, you can come back to this video and continue from here, okay? So I have my working yarn here. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is do a chain of 2. Our chain of 2 counts as a double crochet, okay? And then what I will do is in that same gap right here, if you can see it, you go ahead and work 2 more double crochets, because now we're beginning our granny stitch right away, okay? So just 2 double crochets like that. And then I will skip this section here and this section here, and on top of this side here, I will go ahead and do 3 more double crochets. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3, okay? So this is, you know, what you're doing here. And then I skip, so I use these sections here. I use these as a guide of where I put my stitches, okay? So you know this bump here is 2 rows of single crochets. Then this bump here is 2 rows of single crochets. So what I'm doing is, for example, I work 1 in this on top of this bump here. So I will skip the dented area, I will skip the protruding area, and then in the dented area here, I will go ahead and do my next set of 3 double crochets. My 3 double crochets here, a set of the 3 double crochets. Okay, and then for the next part, I will skip the protruding area here, the dented area, and then that means the next thing I do is on top of this protruding area, the next 3 sets of double crochets. Okay, so that's how I do it. Some people do it so that they place a stitch on every single stitch around first. Maybe they do a row of single crochet, or a row of half double crochet, or a row of double crochet, and then when you go back, you have your definite stitches to work on. And often with this stitch, you skip 2 stitches or 3, and then you work your granny stitch on the 3rd or 4th, depending on how you want your work to look. But here, because we don't have definite stitches, we just use this as a guide to be able to do our granny stitches, okay? All right, so we do this all around until you come back to here, okay? So often when you come back to here, depending on how many rows you did all together here, you may have just, you have to do a cluster here, and then you skip this and you go up, or it may be that you have a cluster to do here. So whichever way, however you do it, when you have a gap that doesn't make sense on how to finish it, come back to the video and I will show you how to kind of work around that, or if it's correct, if it works out well, then you will literally do your last 3 double crochets here, and which means then you're skipping this gap here, and then you can slip stitch. But either way, come back and I will do the same, because I did not count how many I have here. So I will come back to show you how to work the rest part of it here to finish the row, and then we'll go ahead and start the second row. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have worked my granny stitches around the band of my skirt here, and as you can see, I have these amount of stitches left here. Okay, so what I will do is I will skip this stitch and this stitch, and on top of here, which is like just like we've been doing, I will go ahead and complete my final granny stitch. So 3 double crochets, and then this area here where we joined our band is gonna be the spot that I skipped to go to the other side. It's a little bit shorter than, like, let's say these gaps here, but it's okay. There's no problem with that at all. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do here. We go on top of that chain 2, and we just complete a slip stitch like this. Okay, so as you can see, there's this gap here, and then it kind of just lines up with the others. Okay, so that's the first row that we complete for this. For the second row, we start by doing a chain of 2. Your chain of 2 in this project is always going to count as a double crochet. Okay, and so you're gonna go ahead and then complete 2 more double crochets into this gap here. So that's 1 and 2, and then 3 with your chain 2 here, and then you will move on to this next gap here and complete your 3 double crochets. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, and then you will move on to the next gap here and complete 3 double crochets, and then you just continue these all around until you come back to the beginning here. Okay, so you just continue with this pattern like this until you come back to here. So this is where you will do your last cluster of 3 double crochets before you slip stitch. But go ahead and work until here and then come back to the video, and I will show you how to slip stitch this final row, this last row, and then we will go ahead and talk about how you work the rest of it until you get the size. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed my second row here. So as you can see, that's how it looks like, and then again we just continue by slip stitching on top of this chain 2, just like that, and then we chain 2 and we begin the next row by doing 2 double crochets to make it 3 with the chain 2, and then we just continue this pattern pretty much until you're done your project. Like, honestly, it's one of the simplest projects you can do, and it also works up really fast because I don't know why, but the granny stitch just works up really fast. But this is pretty much it here, and as you can also see, my band, maybe I'm a little off here, my band is nice and tight, but when I stretch it, this is gonna be nice and tight on my waist. And then because we're doing a bigger stitch here, it kind of brings it up so that it kind of, you know, it's not like very thin going down like this. Yeah, so this is just a sample that I'm showing you guys, and then you just continue this until you have your length. So I'll put this on the side. So if I bring the finished project back here, okay, so as you can see, if I bring this back, you see pretty much how we just continue with this all the way. And by the way, I love these yarns that have the soft changing colors like this, where you don't have to do anything. This is not my favorite combination of colors per se, but like when you have these kind of colors, they are so stunning. By the time you finish, you think you had chosen complementary colors on purpose to put them together like this, but the yarn makers make it all for you, do it all for you like this. Yeah, but this is it. I don't remember how many rows I did here. This is a very long skirt. I don't even think I counted how many rows I did. I think I just kept trying it on until it reached the length that I wanted, and then I just stopped. Okay, so this is it here. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you so much for watching it to the end. I am going to probably try to do a small vest using the colors, the amount of yarn I still have here. I may not do a tutorial for it per se unless you guys ask me to do a tutorial for it, but I think doing a small vest using the same stitch here would be really nice to use it with this, or to wear it with this, or you can just wear this with other color tank tops, obviously complementing these colors here. You can just wear it with those, and then a nice vest or a nice sweater on top. But yeah, this is it here, but I think I will do something with this because that's all I have left, and I don't know what to do with it if I don't use it to kind of make a top for this. Okay, all right, well, thank you so much again for watching the video to the end. I hope you guys can like, comment, subscribe, share, make sure you join the membership, and let's see you in the next one. Bye.